You had to persevere. You had to show existence that you're willing to persevere in order for it to co-conspire and take you serious. You don't know if you're serious if you're not repetitive. Whatever it is, you have to keep going. I've been meditating now for about 28 years, 29, right? 29 years. 29 years I've been meditating. The first 2 years I was meditating, I wasn't certain if I was doing it correctly, right? Because I'd be doing it alone until my mother started meditating. And she confirmed to me that my body was turning green. And, you know, she just see everything turn green on my body. She done told me that on 2 occasions. And that's when not that I wasn't confident in what I was doing, but I was really assured of myself after that. And I never looked back ever since. You know, I could be right in the middle of a damn airport and meditate. Go find me a little corner and go meditate right fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that tap in. But I've been doing it consistently. You had to be consistent. You had to be consistent. You had to be repetitive. It ain't about what you could prove to others. It's about what you could prove to yourself. And when you're repetitive, then existence is going to take you serious. Your higher self is going to take you serious. Other beings will start to take you serious too, because you're going to emit that frequency. Remember, I told you guys about frequency, and the prefix to the word frequency is frequent. So what are you doing most frequently? That's going to determine the result probability of your activity. So you just have to be consistent, perpetual, right? And I do my best to give it to you in the most graspable concepts possible. Very easy, very practical, right? It don't even matter where you work at. You was working at McDonald's, so what? McDonald's pay about $15 an hour. That's not bad if they letting your ass do 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week. Don't fret at that. Anything letting you get more than a 40 is real good. I don't care wherever it is. That's what I would do when I was younger. I ain't care where I work. As long as I could get time and a half. They'd be like, yeah, you want to work time and a half? Like, hell yeah, I want to work double time. Shit, I want to live in this motherfucker. Give me all the money I can get while I can get. Give it all here. I take all the overtime, all the everything. Give it here, goddammit. I got studio equipment. At the time, I'm trying to get studio equipment. I'm trying to get me some studio equipment. I need new mics. I need speakers. I want another keyboard. I need an MP. There's people start coming up to you. Hey, can you work tomorrow for me? Hell yeah, I can work tomorrow for you. Give it here. You gotta want it. You gotta have drive, motivation. You gotta take the initiative, right? You gotta take those windows of opportunity when it pop up. Don't be pussyfooting. Now, if you pussyfoot and say, "Oh shit, man, who give a fuck?" That you putting in that work and shit still don't happen, you gonna persevere through that shit and you come out the other end of it. You had no idea how many times in my life people have laughed at things that I've done in order to make a way for myself. And they always end up on the receiving end of the kiss my ass, or they have to be humble to me. In both instances is always true. I'm not here to attempt to make you see what I see. I want you to see yourself. Because like I said, it ain't about what you can prove to me. It's what you can prove to yourself. Right? You don't need no external validation. You really don't. Nobody need to be seeing you meditating. Nobody need to see you pouring your libations. Nobody need to see you making your offerings, making your prayers. Just make them. Nobody need to see you inhaling that sunlight. Just go do that shit. And do it consistently. and you'll get the result. I mystify the people at the gas station when I go, hey, and scratch off, scratch off, scratch off. Da, 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 da. Like, yeah, give me that one. Da, 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 da. And give me another. Da, 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 da. Like, yo, how you doing that? Like, yo, I trust in the power of my subconscious mind, my unconscious mind, and my conscious mind. I got them all three working together, right? Got them working together. They're not working against each other. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions need to be in alignment. Your conscious mind, your unconscious mind, and your subconscious mind need to be in alignment in order for materializations and manifestations to happen at an accelerated rate. And that takes some time. It's just not going to happen because you say abracadabra. Shit don't work like that, man. These people be lying to y'all ass. Right? Let's tap that screen, man. We get up on the board. It's what you listen to, man. What's on your playlist? What type of YouTube playlist you got? Shouts out to High Frequency Guru. For those that know about High Frequency Guru, man, I get in the car, listen to some High Frequency Guru. Well, I get to saying my codes. I get to saying affirmations. And I say them consistently. Right? You got to be consistent, man. Most people that got complaints, they not being consistent. It's an area in their life they're not consistent. If you're bombarded with complaints, there's an area of your life that's lacking consistency. You just have to be consistent. The one constant in the universe is change. The universe operates on a constant, right? We still got this up here from yesterday, right? Take these money codes down because I don't want to get my live blocked. Okay? You take them codes down so they don't think we're doing that. And here's something else. I'm going to write that again. Om Shrim. Om Shrim. Alim. Wait. If you say this 108 times, this will accelerate your business. You say this 108 times, this will increase your probabilities of winning lotteries, scratch-offs, right? Opportunity. Accelerate your business. Accelerate your visibility. Using this. Om Shrim Halim Clean. Om Shrim Halim Clean. Om Shrim Halim Clean. Say it 9 times at a time and do it 12 times, right? Or do it 12 times, 9 times. You see that? Or do it 18 times. Excuse me. Is that 18 times? Yeah, do it 10 times. Oh, we'll just keep it like that. Ain't no need to get too mystical about it. Not in case you want to take it like this, 27 times, right? Do it 27 times at a time, 4 times. That's Het Hiru. You want to learn how to memorize it? 19, 38. This the algorithm. I'm showing you guys. This is how you get your materializations popping. And if you start this on the new moon, you're going to get accelerated results. You take it through the 7 phases, you can't help but to win with this. You can't help but to win, man. Now, we could talk about the little virus that's on the boat and all of that goofy shit Or you can focus on some shit like this instead. The choice is yours. You know what? You got free will. It's up to you. You're talking about the little rat virus. I just seen it. I seen it popping up. I'm like, what is this virus? That must be the new COVID, because the old one then wore out. They trying to create a narrative or something. I don't know. Om Shreem Haleem Clean. 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 Just keep saying it 108 times. If it take you all day and you saying it in part, so what? What this is doing is it's being stored in your subconscious mind, right? Which is in the pit of your stomach. That's the first space where you receive information into this reality. It's right here in the stomach. That's the subconscious mind. The heart is where you feel it. The throat is where you speak it. The brow chakra is where you think it. And then the crown chakra is where you receive it from. Y'all follow that? But you got to be receptive. You, the mental energy, has to be able to receive it. So if you're feeling like you're having some blockages, it's because you don't think that you're worthy of receiving it. Take yourself off the frequency, right? There go frequency, you guys. Frequency, frequently, frequent, right? And how do you find your frequency? You got to be free. What you mean you got to be free? You can't have mental energy that got you on a frequency of restriction. The opposite of free is restriction. You can't be restricted. Not in case you're being held by a boa constrictor, right? You got to be free thinking, free flowing. And you got to be frequently, frequent. You got to frequent the feeling of being free. You got to frequently speak it. And then you got to frequently think it. And then you'll be on the frequency. I look up, I done said the code so many times. I'm like, oh shit. Here's a sim to let you know that you done put it out there enough. If you done put it out there, you've been saying it, you've been invocating all day, you've been invocating all week, out of nowhere, you're going to get tired. It ain't that you tired, your brain shuts down. And the reason why the brain shuts down is because it got to go through a full recalibration process, because it then filled up your subconscious mind and it started coming up through your feelings. And everything that you speaking is overwhelming the brow chakra. You done sent it out in every which direction. And now that shit rushing back to you. And now you need to lay your ass down. Don't beat yourself up and be like, oh, I'm being lazy. No, you're not. You can speak your shit into existence, but you got to have your focus and your concentration on that. Not on what Tanisha and her boyfriend got going on. Not about what's going on with your sibling at their house. Not about what somebody else. Y'all be so concerned. And I see it in my own life with the people around, like, damn. Why y'all be so fucking... Why you not that concerned about yourself? Fuck them. I wish I would. I'd rather put that shit on myself. Call me selfish. I don't give a fuck. Now what? Let me keep focusing on my shit. Because ain't nobody else gonna focus on your shit for you. Don't feel bad about that shit. People try to make you feel guilty with paying attention to yourself, taking self-inventory and setting up boundaries. Maybe better sit your ass down. Have several seats. You hear me? That shit used to trip me out. People would come to me like, "Hey man, let me show you. Don't you want to?" I said, "Man, don't you want to make 100 grand? Come join our little multi-marketing program, and we're going to make you a millionaire." I said, "Have you ever had $1 million?" No, I haven't. Have you ever had $200,000? No. Have you ever lost 100,000? Oh no. Have you at least lost 25,000? No, no. And you can't tell me how to make money. Right? Can't tell me how to make money. You haven't lost that type of money. Not that you made it. If you lost it and then made it again, then you could tell somebody how to make a certain amount based on what you were capable of making, retaining, and then losing, and then getting it back. That's what you know how to do. So I never tell nobody, "Oh, I know how to make you a millionaire." I ain't never hit an M before. I almost did, but I didn't. Right? And you got to lose before you win. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but you can. You can make it. You can't make it. You got to not make it in order to make it. Just like in the NBA playoffs, the team that then bumped their head and they had all these hopes and aspirations and they were very optimistic and they still ended up losing. They came back the next year and won. That's the way it go. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that shit go. He said, "I just sat and said it 100 times and lost count." Yeah, then you're doing it out of desperation. You want to just do 27 at a time, Zay. Do 27 at a time. And you see the tetrahedron. 27 times 4 is 108. Think ahead, Hebrew. Do 27 times. And then take a pause. Then do another 27. Pause. 27. Pause. 27. And then walk away from that shit. Don't dwell on it. Don't overthink about it. Just hit your marker and move on to the next thing. Right? Watch what start happening. And do it every day. Do it every day. Do that every day for the next 180 days, and your whole fucking life gonna change around. Right? It's the trust process. See, you gotta trust, you guys. Once you got that trust, I don't even think about it. I don't even think about that shit. I just do some shit. Like, hey, whatever. I'm just doing it. Just, hey, whatever. Give me that one. Hey, give me a scratch off. Yeah, let me get that too. Yeah, let me get that one too. Yep, give me that one. I don't even worry about it. When it's time for me to go fill up my tank, that's when I go turn in all my tickets and all of my lottery things. And more than likely, I got in my tickets and my lottery thing. It's going to pay for my gas and whatever else I get out the store. Why you think I always got one of these? I'm going to just share a secret with y'all. Every time y'all see me with one of these, it's because I done won a scratch off. Every time you see me with one of these. So think about it. But you got to put yourself on a frequency by what you frequent. And you got to be in a free-flowing state in order to access it. You can't be thinking about your baby daddy while you doing this shit. It ain't going to work. You can't be thinking about your damn water bill while you doing it. Or that water bill going to block it. And it'll receive that energy instead of it coming to you. You know, upgrade your programming. I told you guys, High Frequency Guru, other binaural content creators, watch their videos and not just watching it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. No, turn that bullshit ass music off that you listening to and listen to that instead, right? You got to switch up what you've been doing on a frequent basis, because what you always done is what is giving you what you always got. And if you keep doing what you always done, you're going to get what you always got, and you're going to go where you always been going. You got to switch it up. I don't give a damn if you take a different route home every day for the next 2 weeks. You're generating new neural pathways in your brain when you do this. You hear me? You just got to want it. And you got to give it your attention more than anything else. No one deserves your attention like you do. Right? I even tell people sometimes, like, yo, man, don't be watching me all the time. Go get your ass and go focus on you. That's why I got so many videos up there. People like, hey, man, when you ain't been going live? Man, all them goddamn videos, go watch them videos. I get the notifications that tell me who watching them. Just go watch the damn videos, man. I'll be having 9 or 10 other things I got to do, right? But I'm damn sure going to make myself available, because somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needed to be in alignment or that is in alignment. And that whatever frequency you on, it brought you here so that you can get it adjusted and get it right and get on that right page. Right? You can't help but to get on the right time. So when I need you, you always show up. Peace of love. You just gotta want it, man. You gotta want it. That's what I'm listening to all morning. I wake up and turn on the tuning fork. Frequency for finance, success, miracles, abundance. I turn it on the main TV, I turn it on my laptop, and I turn it on my cell phone. All of that shit be going off at this boom, boom, boom. That's another thing. If you got 3 devices in your home that you could play the same thing on, do that shit. At least an hour. Learn these codes, learn the chants, learn the mantras on these YouTubes, and say them. If you have difficulty saying them, write them down. Then say them. But you had to apply yourself. You know, that's what the 1089 tech community is: result-based, effort-based. If you put in the results, you're going to get the efforts. That's the way that I teach. If you're not getting results, it's because you ain't putting in the efforts. You ain't even got to tell me. I already know. Because you ain't doing it. Hey, man, have you tried that? No. Some people, like, they be so busted and disgusted. And they like, damn, man, I'm fucked up. You got $20? And here go $40. Damn, man, I'm fucked up. You got $50? Here go $100. God damn, man, can I borrow another 100? Like, God damn, nigga, take these codes. Use these codes. A month later, hey, man, you got $20? Motherfucker, you ain't used the codes? Oh, I forgot all about the codes, man. I ain't got time for that. But you got time to ask me for some fucking money? Get the fuck out of here. How y'all be having time to mope and think negative when you could be using that same amount of time to be inspired and think positive and get fucking results? So y'all want delusionary results. No. Be grateful. I hit the Powerball the other day. I hit 2 of the numbers. I got $8. That's a win. That's a win. I paid $3 for the ticket. I got $8 out of it. That's a $5 profit. That's how I appreciate and show gratitude for that. And I do that frequently. So that puts me on the frequency to receive more. And I do. But you have to be frequent. You can't be off and on. All y'all people that still ain't made it in the community, it's because your frequency It's off and on. You turn it off and on like it's a light switch. No, you got to get into some constant, and you got to stop listening to what you feel and start operating with what you know, right? Start operating from you and stop going based on your feelings. Your feelings is going to second guess you, but your gnosis is you. Start listening to that first mind. People don't listen to the first mind. You listening to the second mind, the third mind, the fourth mind. Now I'm telling you that one of the new members, Zay, shouts out to Zay. Zay, you just came in, been trying to get your ass to come in for the longest. Imagine how far you would be. Listen, if you would have came when it was first brought to you to come. Imagine how far you would be right now with what you done already applied. Because we was doing it, everything that you learned yesterday, we was doing that when you when you first came across me. Now imagine if you would have took that window of opportunity then, where you would be right now. Right? And I'm just using you as an example because it's very relative and very current, right? And the brother just left a testimony just off of yesterday. Wasn't even 24 hours. He already got a testimony, right? And he not alone. He's not alone in them regards. But he's just a recent. And I don't know what y'all be thinking you're going to get out here. All you got to do is get a piece of tech. God damn. I'm going to drop the price on it. See, I don't benefit from that. Y'all be trying to like, oh man, this nigga trying to get paid. No, I'm not. If I was trying to get paid, I wouldn't be on here doing what I'm doing. If I was just all about money. I don't get paid until a person get the result. I take spiritual currency. So when that brother Zay, shouts out to Zay again, when he got a result from what I did, from what I showed him, then I got paid. And it didn't come out of his pocket. Somebody else paid me. You hear me? That pay came through in another type of way. It didn't have nothing to do with money. Now, if you want to make a donation to me and Zelle me a couple of racks, that's different. But everything I put together costs money. It takes energy to put that shit together. I'm not buying it from the Chinaman and then selling it at another price. I'm putting this shit together with my own hands and ingenuity. Right? That's an equal exchange. That's a fair exchange. But if you can't meet that prerequisite to coming into our community, you don't know what you cutting yourself off from. And sometimes it do take people 2 or 3 years to reach that point to where they are accessible to that frequency. And they come in and be off to the races. They off to the races. When I talk to certain individuals, they ain't even got to tell me. I'm like, yo, man, I know you've been bullshit. Like, yeah, you know, yeah, you've been bullshit. Because you ain't got no good report for me. I know you're bullshit. Shouts out to Willie Green. Willie Green always got a powerful testimony from me. You already see how shit is like, man, I don't be having no explanation for that shit. Like I told y'all, when the spiritual stuff start, when the spiritual powers that you possess, when the spiritual knowledge and the spiritual experiences start appearing in your awareness field, I have no explanation for that all the time. It transcends an explanation. It transcends your ability to comprehend how and why it took place. See, people that be wanting an explanation for everything, you operating with too much ego. You operating with too much of how you feel about things. Right? You stuck here in the heart and your unconscious mind is taking over. You got to suppress the unconscious mind. You said, I testify to that. I got your tech before you started the community. Yeah, you sure should have. But you was off doing your thing. You was you was doing what you was doing. But shit, you still came on in alignment though. And I asked, have you heard of Thoth's Great Deception? No, was that a book? I haven't heard of that. Lord Thoth is not a deceiver. He said he got his paycheck a week early. Yeah, man. Them codes ain't no joke. The codes work. You got to just consistently do them. Said for the last 3 days, I've been seeing a bird with the worm. What that means is that the early bird gets the worm, and you will benefit from getting up extra earlier and doing your things. You follow? That's all that means. It's the writing is on the wall, right? The writing is on the wall for you and what you should be doing, right? But get up early, get up extra early, and you're gonna be ahead of the curve. I already teach on the curve, right? I already teach on the curve. So when the soul, shouts out to the soul, when she came, when she spit the block and was ready, when you was ready to come on in, came on in, all the stuff that you was waiting to get or you was looking to have, it was already there for you. And she just filled in the spots like it's nothing, you know. And she's quite erudite, you know. I've been knowing the soul for quite some time, but I know you've been at about 10, 11 years, and it shows, you know what I mean? And all I could show you how to is refine whatever you got going on. And you plugged in effortlessly, right? Quite well, I must add. And that's just the way that it go, you know. So we got different people in our community on different levels. Some people that they already been at it 10, 15 years. Some people only been at it 10, 15 months. Some people only 10 or 15 minutes. They just figuring out things and they still want to understand the Bible better. And that's fine. I hold your hand through them scriptures too, right? That's what a teacher does, right? Because I too was a student. I too, at one point, I didn't know what a chakra was. I didn't know what meditation was. Follow? I didn't even know I had an aura field. I didn't know none of that shit at one point. This is why I reach out to people that's new. Them people that's just beginning. I empathize for you because I too was once that individual. Some odd 29, 30 years ago. And I'm still at it. I still look young. I still look pretty. I'm in the best shape of my life. Almost got a little belly starting to grow. Right? But I don't look like what I've been through. And I done been through some shit. But I got to give my credit to my dearly departed, my ancestors, and my spiritual foundation. You know, said it's their 10 chakras. Yeah, actually, we function with 13 chakras, right? But primarily what's tethered to your body is 9 chakras. That's the earth star to the sky star, right? So you got the earth cord in your feet, and above your crown is a chakra. That's what allows you access to connect to the plasmatic transmissions from the sun, right? Yeah, D12. Really, it's 13. I talk about that stuff in the community. I'm not gonna drop all of that on a TikTok. Because there'd be too many niggas be on the other side of the wall to be watching what I'm saying, and they look to put a spin on what I'm saying. Or they a P. Diddy remix what I'm saying. Or and don't never cite a reference. Like, yo, I heard Dr. Ray talking about this. They don't never do that. So I don't divulge too much in these capacities. Yeah, but you know, a lot of times, D, they don't even be knowing this shit. Just like with the the 3 dimensions. I broke down the 4th dimension to people, right? I was gonna start expounding on the 5th dimension, but I can't even do it because ain't nobody else doing it. And then I'll say some shit, and now you hear all these motherfuckers start saying what I say. And it's like, ah, shit. And they don't never say, yeah, man, I got this with Dr. Ray, right? Just like with my Supreme Grandmaster teacher. People use that word non-ether until I start getting on their ass about it. They stop saying non-ether now. They didn't even know what the hell they was talking about. Same thing when it came to melanin. You know, my Supreme Grandmaster teacher made all of this shit visible, made it practical to people. And they use the terminologies but won't never cite the source. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, where you get that from? Oh man, I got it from the, from the universe. You lying motherfucker. You didn't. I've been around 29 years. I know. I know. That's right, Dr. Malakaza Duck York L. When the Pops was on the set, man, what I didn't hear no Dr. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, his sloppy ass was up there begging for rides to the land. Couldn't even tuck his shirt in. I remember his old smelly ass. Right? Dr. Delbert Blair, may the ancestors be with him. He had come to the classes too. They all was coming to the damn class. I'm telling you, they was. Who else could you go to? Because don't none of them motherfuckers speak another language outside of English. And see, that's where a lot of you so-called woke ass niggas, y'all missing the point. You learn them from people that don't only understand English. They don't understand another language. No Latin, no Greek, no Hebrew, no Aramaic or Aramaic. Yeah, Credo Mutwa, may the ancestors be with him. I was fortunate to be invited to sit with him on the astral plane. This is when I first learned how to astral travel. Like I didn't told that story before. But shout out to Credo Mutwa, man. That's who showed me that it wasn't no fucking joke. That I wasn't tripping. He was like, sit here. And I just sit there too and be quiet. Because there'll be other people, elders, on the astral plane. And they'd just be talking and shit, man. And sometimes the light that they was emitting to be so bright that it would wake me up out of the dream state. It would literally push me out of it sometimes. Right? And that's when I seen the Apollo priest. I call him the Apollo master, my beloved brother Congo. Congo Real came to me. It was like, yo, man, you got to have an altar. You need to start venerating your ancestors if you're going to be interfacing off world like that. He came and let me know. And that's when I switched it up. Right? That's when I started integrating the altar into my life. But when things was brought to my attention, I moved on it. I ain't just like, oh, nigga, I got this. I know what the fuck. I didn't do that. I wasn't groomed that way. When somebody come to me with something that they know and they got down pat, I'm going to align myself with them and listen to what they got to say. Y'all tap that screen for me right fast. Yeah, but to get to these higher dimensions is 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. You have to extricate from third dimensional density, right? And the only way that you could do that is going within yourself, right? Going within yourself, that will extricate you from the physical universe, give you access through the wormhole of your galaxy into the spiritual universe, right? You'll be in the spiritual version of your galaxy, because that's where this galaxy came from, right? Just like you a spiritual being, so is your planet, so is your sun. It has a spiritual counterpart that predates the physical part. That's why when you go to sleep, you're still on earth, but you're on a spiritual version of it. Everyone that you know and love that has left here exists on that particular uh, version of the planet. They're in pocket dimensions. We are going to depth and detail with this during the AAA workshop. Because a lot of your dearly departed, they still, their physical senses are crystallized in their consciousness, meaning that they're not even aware of their higher senses. So their consciousness cannot register in the spiritual dimension. It's still tethered to this one. It didn't do enough meditating during their life. It didn't seek out any ascended masters. They didn't get any energy work done on themselves. They didn't align themselves with the sun. They didn't pour a libation. They didn't make an offering or construct an altar in a lot of cases. A lot of them didn't know that. For those that did know that I do pour a libation for, they do receive them, right? They got about 3 or 4 steps ahead of others because they did so much right in this life. And they no longer desire to be here. But for many of the people that I venerate on a daily basis, many of them don't even know that they gone. They still think they're still alive. They're still functioning with smell, sight, sound, taste, and feeling. That's what they got. That's what they understand. They can't receive a telepathic transmission. Their clairvoyance hasn't kicked in, right? We're nudging at their intuition when we light that candle for them. We're nudging at their intuition when we call them their names. Until the day that they realize that you at an altar talking to them. A lot of times they never had that figured out. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to facilitate that that level of conscious evolution for them. You're here to help them get to that point. We've been trapped by Jesus the last fucking 2,000 years. All right? Because Jesus ain't showed up for none of them. Ain't no Jesus gonna pop up. Ain't no guy with a big ass Santa Claus beard and a hospital gown on opening up a damn pearly gate and saying, "Welcome to heaven." That's some bullshit. That's right, the ghost spell. That concept siphons the life force from etheric beings and powers up ghost-like beings, right? I'm going to say this. Some of y'all got tattoos of Marilyn Monroe on your body. Did you know that her spirit is tethered to you? And all of her karma ends up being allocated to you? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Tupac. A lot of y'all got Tupac tattoo. Y'all better stop tattooing people on your body. Stop doing that shit. Because you basically saying that you on, you know, that you on the books for that person's karma. You will get thrown off the blueprinted destiny of that bloodline you incarnated into. Just because you thought that it looked cool. Same thing with skulls. Stop putting skulls on your body. Exactly. Don't put none of it, because see, a spirit can superimpose itself onto you that have wing tattoo. That's okay. That's fine. long, long as you ain't got Tupac in a gown with some wings, you all right. Because spirits can fixate themselves to those images on you. And if you don't got enough psychic self-defense from yourself, it's gonna be real difficult for you to wear it off a spirit. They take those as invitations to take over your body and get access to this reality. That's what occurs a lot of times. So negate from doing that. Stay away from the skulls. I don't know what it is with people with fascination with skulls and death and all. Y'all better cut that shit out. Y'all get that shit like you're going to be here 1,000 years. I told you the Illuminati got you pegged for 5 moves, 12 years of school, 15 years of working, 15 years of entertainment, 24 years in the bathroom preparing for the prior 3. That's 66 years of your life in 4 moves. You spend another 12 years doom scrolling through your cell phone. You was born after the year 2000. That's 68 years of your life. 78, excuse me. That's 78 years of your life. So if you was born in the year 2000, hypothetically, you was born in the year 2000, they already got they got you figured out to 2078. They already got something for you to do to that time. After that, they're going to pat you on the ass and say, good job, go retire. Give you the last 22 years of your life to croak out. And all of their grandchildren got life insurance policies on you that they're going to live off of. And their great-grandchildren. By the time you're 78. Think about that. Do you want to give all those units of time to entertainment? Do you think that those units of time are necessary to not be advantageous to you? Hell no, you don't. You want those units of time, wouldn't you? And use it as a catalyst to turn on the circuitry of your higher senses. That way you don't have to experience death. You could just transition to another form as you're supposed to do. Because death is just a concept that you've accepted in your consciousness. I know, because I actually passed away before. I actually died. I died in a car accident. And I brought myself back to life. The ambulance didn't even know where I was. I was down in the ravine somewhere. But I've experienced that. While I was awoke, I knew how to meditate. I knew about the chakras. I knew all that stuff when that happened to me. So I was quite aware of what was occurring the whole time. Did you see your life pass through your eyes, through others? What I seen, at first, I didn't see anything. It was just all darkness. And I could feel my thoughts. That's all I could do. I could feel my thoughts, but I couldn't feel my body because I wasn't in a body. I couldn't speak because I didn't have a larynx. That was in my body. I wasn't in that body no more. So I began to panic because I didn't have no arms. It wasn't, you feel me? It wasn't none of that. All of a sudden I seen the light And when I seen the light, I moved out the way of the light. I didn't go into the, some people like, go into the light or don't go. No, I wasn't going into the light. I've been told I belong to a mystical order. We know about stuff like that. You know, right? I was like, oh shit. I'm not going to that light. So the light started coming to me. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't know how to move or none of that because I didn't have a central nervous system. My consciousness was crystallized into operating with a body. I didn't know how to move with fluidity without a body. So I moved out the way. I'm just like, yo, get that shit away from me. And it went around me like a gnat. And it was a light. And then it turned into a circle. Then it turned into like an oval circle. And I looked in there and I seen my sister sitting at the table eating the Papa John's that I purchased earlier that day. Right? And I seen the phone ring. It was like I was watching a movie. And I watched my girl's mother pick up the phone and call. Then the screen split and it showed her calling my house. And my sister picked up the phone. And my girl mama, she fell on the ground and was like, I hate to inform you, but your brother just died in a car accident. And they was like, what? My sister said, no. And I felt the no. My mama, I couldn't see my mama. She was in her bedroom. But I felt it hit her. The no hit her, and she already knew. Then it came through that mirror, because it was like a mirror I was looking through, like a looking glass. The vibration of the no came through and it hit me. And when it hit me, I kind of like turned and I seen my body. But it was all black around my body. You know what I mean? It was like it was just highlighted out of the darkness. And I started to drift towards my body. As I drifted, like I was like pulling myself closer to my body. And then I got into my body. But when I got into my body, my knees was hurting real bad. My whole mouth was swollen and my eyeball was hanging out my eye. And my arm was so fucked up. Like, if you see the car, there's no way I should have lived through that. Right? Shouldn't live, but I did. So when that happened, I knew that it was real. And ever since that time, I really been honed in on connecting to not just the afterlife, but just connecting off world. And I started to take myself a lot more serious and take my efforts, my time. I stopped wasting time after that. You know what I mean? I started focusing on making an impact on my own life and then impacting whose ever life I can impact in a positive way. Right? I don't take it for granted. And you just got to be serious about who you are. They say don't take things too serious. Bullshit. You better be as serious as you can for as long as you can. Right? And take yourself serious. You know what I'm saying? You got to take yourself serious. And it's like, man, I like to use Young Dolph as an example. Shouts out to Young Dolph. May the ancestors be with him. Young Dolph had a great run. He got to his money and all that. But he died violently. He didn't have to die violently. All he had to do was move away from that ghetto ass shit. I don't know what's wrong with these rappers and these niggas that get money and still want to be around some hood shit. That's a learning disability. Right? As far as I'm concerned. But Jay, he had all that bread, but now your children you don't get to see your children grow up. Children got to figure out life without you. That's not cool. Was having all that money, I always ask my sons that. And say, hey, this before Young Dog made ancestors be with him. This before he passed. I said, If I told you right now I could give you $28 million, but you had to die by the time you're 27, would you take it? It was like, hell no. But a lot of people will take that. Give it here. I don't care. Right? Give me the money. And that money will make that time go by so damn fast. You're like, hey, hold up another day. Nah, homie, it's time to go. It don't be worth it. Money is just a medium in order to obtain the things that you value. That's all it is. People misinterpret what money actually is. And if you obtain too much money too fast, you won't have the wisdom to live your life effectively. This is why you see a bunch of these hooker boogers. They got the chains on and all that shit. You're still in the hood. I don't want to drive no Porsche. I got to be around blight and crime where crime rates are high. That's not a flex. You're screaming that I'm a prisoner. If you're in $100,000 or better vehicle and you still in the hood, you're a prisoner. Right? You're a prisoner. You got to move away from that shit. That's what you get the money for, so that you can move away from it, not to stay around it. It's not impressive. It's very ignorant to have foreign vehicles and you still stay in the hood. That's not a flex. Getting in shootouts, getting in fights, and you got M's up under your belt. That's not a flex. That's a learning disability. I got to say that for you young brothers out there. Don't act like your ass ready to die. You're not. And you shouldn't even be thinking like that. Got your whole life ahead of you. Your brain haven't even fully matured. Your brain doesn't mature until you turn 25. Now you're ready to use your brain. Anytime before that, the brain is still maturing. Your neural pathways are strengthening, right? And certain executive functions are hardwired into the neocortex at that point. Now you can make sound decisions. Most of the decisions y'all be making be based on how you feel, right? Not how you think. See that? Yeah, you're a fresh 25. Yeah, now you're ready to start taking it serious. I'm talking about you, your body, your life, your reality. Now you can really see it without no rose-colored glasses. They won't even let you rent a car until you're 25. That in itself says a lot. You can't rent a vehicle until you're 25 years old. No rent-a-car trunk company will trust an 18-year-old. They don't know how to think yet. I tell my children, I got children 19, 20, 22. Like, yo, you still a baby. Still a little baby. You ain't figured it out. You can't even think for yourself yet. I got to do all the thinking for you. The decisions you make is based on my yes or no. You can't even think past that shit. Right? Like, man, you're still young. You got no say so. This is what I say. I had to tell my daughter that one day. She had a little rebuttal. I was like, hey, let me tell you something, baby girl. I don't want to hear no rebuttal out of you. You don't take care of me. I take care of you. I don't care about your rebuttal. I tell my son that too. Like, yo, don't come to me with no rebuttal. I got one son that don't stay with me. He had a rebuttal. He was like, I don't stay with you no more. I said, yeah, but you don't stay with you either. You stay with somebody else. So you still a baby. You speaking from a place you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. You ain't even lived enough life to have a say-so of nothing. You need to be listening twice. That's what you got 2 ears for. You got to double up on your listening. Speak once, listen twice. And fuck how you feel. See, people feelings is that's what be throwing people off. You gotta, man, feelings are fleeting. They're fickle, whimsical. Here today, gone tomorrow. You might be pissed about something for 20 minutes. Anybody catch you in that range, they gonna feel that wrath. 3 hours from then, you ain't feeling the same way you did during them 20 minutes. Right? Didn't feel the same. It was like, ah, shit, I don't feel like that. No. Man, my bad earlier. How many times you didn't had to do that? I know I had to. Like, ah, shit, man, my bad. Hey, I was on one earlier, man. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me for what I said to you? I didn't mean it like that. I was dealing with some other bullshit. And you got caught in how I was feeling at the moment. Sometimes a person will be like, fuck you, nigga. Other times they'll be like, yeah, man, I understand. But it depends on how far they brain is developed. Right? Just because you get older don't mean that your ass is maturing. I'm going to say that one more time. Just because you get older, that don't mean that you actually mature. That don't mean that you've matured. I'm 50 years old. So 90% of the words coming out your mouth is a curse word. You haven't matured. You haven't strengthened your vocabulary in that time. I ain't been to school in 32 years. That means you stop learning. A lot of people turn off their learning switch after they get out of high school, after they get out of college. And it shows. You got to be around people that's on that frequency. When you get around people that's not on that frequency, it's going to look kind of crazy to them. Right? So you have to pay attention to yourself. Yeah, at the more mature than folks with my brain. Yeah. But see, you was on that path. You just met that hallmark to where your brain has developed. Right? The neural mapping in your brain is pretty much structured the way that it's going to be. Right? Now you have to find a way to leverage that against this reality. And you can do it. So you want to make the most mature choices or decisions as possible. Because your decisions determine your destiny. And destiny is the prefix to the word destination. And on your journey, your goal is to reach a destination. People don't have a destination in mind. Where you trying to go? I don't know. I'm just going. Nah, man, you better have a destination in mind. Hell, your GPS tell you that when you get in the car. Where would you like to go? You hear me? If you don't put nowhere, it ain't gonna say nothing. It'll just be going until your car lets you know your gas getting low. It don't know how many miles it take to get there because you ain't say where you was going. And I'm using that as a metaphor, right? You gotta have that destination. Like, look, I'm going right here, and I'm gonna be there. I told somebody that I was working at this hotel one time for the Patel family. Shouts out to the Patels, and I was just. It was a real slow day, real slow. But I was near the end, waiting for my income tax check. I'm sitting up there, and the manager was like, "Why? What you be over there contemplating? You be looking like you be contemplating something." I was like, "Yeah, I'm visualizing." Like, what you visualizing? And I said, "My destination." He said, "Your destination?" I said, "Yeah, my destination. I see exactly where the fuck I want to go. I see exactly where I want to be." Like, where? I said, in Texas. I said, Texas? I said, yep, that's why I'm moving there. I had to end up moving there. I could see it now. I've been here for 10 years. Right? I've been here for 10 years now. And I seen myself here before I got here. And all the stuff that I was doing was an actual catalyst to getting me here and getting my family here. Put my family on a plane. Like, come on, nigga, we moving. My children and my wife, come on, get y'all ass on the plane. We got out of this bitch. We buy furniture. Fuck that. Right? But I had a goal, a destination in mind. I seen it clearly and I moved on. And I didn't get distracted or detracted from all of the other bullshit that was going on around me and allowed it to stop me from, you know, garnering a result that was based on the destination that I had in mind. And every decision that I made, right? It determined that destiny. I didn't make no dumbass decision. My nephew was at the jury shop getting that 20, spent 20K on it just on the chain. I'm like, shit, nah. I ain't spending no money. They're like, don't you want some earrings? I'm like, I ain't got no holes in my ear. Dude, like, it looked like you got a hole. I said, yeah, that's an extraterrestrial hole. But I don't need no earrings, partner. Don't you want a watch? Nah, I'm good. I know what time it is. I don't even need a watch for that. Hell, my cell phone, I had like 4 cell phones. Like, my cell phone got the time on it. See, I had a different, I had something different in mind. Meaning I had a destination in mind that I was seeking to reach. And I was going to reach it. It ain't had nothing to do about me. Right? That's something that I picked up in meditation earlier this year and interfacing with my mother at the altar. Most of the things that I do, or most of the goals that I had or has had in my life, is not about some type of self-fulfillment. It's to assist others in my life and to help them along, right? And want what's best for them. That takes a mature mind to think like that, a responsible mind. Most people are selfish, right? And they exhibit selfish emotions. That's why they end up tethered to this reality after they leave. They can't even leave it. They desire it too much. Myself included. Like I told you when I passed, I couldn't get over the fact that I couldn't feel my arms. Like I didn't have no arms. I had no sense of mobility. I felt centered, but it wasn't no mobility involved. The mobility, because my central nervous system was a part of my body. It wasn't a part of my spirit. My spirit moved through the central nervous system, right? And that's when I started, when I came back to my body, that's when I started studying biology. I tell you guys, you got to study biology. You got to know the nuances of how the body performs. You got to learn the 11 systems of your body. You should want to. That's the oldest axiom from antiquity. Know thyself. Look at the most practical applications available for who you are physically, even though that's a superficial aspect of you. But the true self cannot be seen in the mirror, only the reflection of the physical self. You can't see who you are spiritually. It doesn't even register with your peripheral vision. You can see the aura. Even when you see in a person's aura, that's your third eye that's seeing. You use these to look, you use this to see. You hear me? So some of y'all can see my aura right now. Your third eye is doing that. That's not your physical eye seeing it. Your physical eyes is trying to register it. It's trying to process through your brain, through the pineal gland, because that's what processes your memory, is your pineal, right? in your unconscious mind, which is seated right here in the heart, it doesn't know how to feel about that. It's attempting to interpret who you are, and it can't. And it don't want you to get that far, because now you can put your mind in check. The mind doesn't like to be observed. The mind does not like to be uh, assessed. It doesn't like to be tamed. So for the brother that was asking about the meditation, and I tell people this all the time. That's why I said go watch that video, because I didn't want to make the whole video, this whole live about meditation, and I done did 2 or 3 videos on that. But you have to, the mind is the final boss. Your mind is going to put up restraint, right? Your mind has been operating free. It's on the frequency where it's free. The unconscious part of your mind, which is in your heart. Unconscious aspects of your mind, it facilitates the body's function, while the conscious aspects of your mind are under your sovereignty or under your autonomous, application, so that you can focus on what's going on in this reality. You don't tell your heart to beat. Your unconscious mind facilitates that. The movement through the circulatory system, the distribution of the blood throughout the circulatory system into the central nervous system. All of that is happening on behalf of your unconscious mind while you sitting there eating your bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios and watching Good Morning. You hear me? While you doom scrolling on your phone, while you eating your cereal, while you focus on that, your unconscious mind is taking care of your body. And all of that activity is being stored in your subconscious mind. This is called taking self-inventory. And when you do this frequently, put yourself on the frequency of other beings that are also doing the same thing. You just have to be receptive to receive that thought wave, that brain wave, right? That sound wave when it comes across you. But if you do what you always did, you're going to get what you always got. You got to shift it. You got to shift. You have to evolve. You have to move, right? You have to change. Some people think they don't need to change. They can keep doing what they always done. No, man, you got to switch it up. If you don't know how to switch it up, you better reinvent yourself or get with somebody that do, right? That's what you got to do. That's why I be telling y'all, you need a teacher. You got to have a guide. You got to have a mentor, an advisor, someone that's a lot more seasoned than you are. Like the OKC Thunder. I guess I don't watch Pokemon. I don't know. That's you from another generation to me. But something relevant I could use is the Oklahoma City Thunder, for those that watch basketball. They couldn't win that championship until they went and got Caruso, who was a seasoned veteran and NBA champion. Once they got him on the team, he didn't lead the team in scoring. He didn't lead the team in rebounds or assists or off the bench. It was his veteran experience that took them over the edge. He was able to rein them on in as the elder statesman of that team. Every team that wins a championship has an elder statesman on board to navigate through the tumultuous times, right? So you got to have a leader on your team. You got to have a coach, a teacher. You got to. That's like getting into a boxing match and you don't got no trainer. You about to get your ass whooped. Because when the bell ring for the round to end, you don't got nobody telling you to parry the jab, sidestep him. He leaving his left side open. You got to go to the body. You ain't got nobody telling you that. You got to have some guidance. You got to. Why kid yourself? Don't be self-taught. Self-taught people have never been a student. So they don't know how to be a teacher. They haven't been corrected. And you can't be right until you're wrong first. You can't get it right until you get it wrong. Right? See how I make my pyramids look? Yeah, see how you can see the bottom of the beads through there? That's a lot of trial and error. If I show y'all all of the ones, see the double edges on the edge of there? See the double edges? That took time. That took a lot of fuck ups for me to make it come out like that. I had to get it wrong a lot of times before I got it right. You see? It took a long time. And I could dress it up different. Here go a bigger one. This one got a whole bunch of film on it. It's time for me to clean it again. But for me to make one look like that took some time. He said you could tell it's made by hand. Oh yeah. Then why do they say pyramids have 8 sides? I don't know who they are, but a pyramid they do have 8-sided pyramids, but that's not one of them. That's a 4-sided pyramid. Really, it's 5 sides to a pyramid, right? Yeah, it's 111. Hold on. Abdul Crew Tafalat. Web Bazon. Who partner to that? Inu Nu Sheu Kawon. Atun Ray. Nu Ne. He had. He kek. Amunet. Atun Shu Tefna. Geb Nut or Set. Asaru. Neptet. Satuk Haru Happy Ankunati. Nefertun Mantu Bepti. Sekmet Het Best. Pata. Bass Amotep. Who me hurt. Hefri. Meskahinit. Right? Kentamintu. Ikani Maya Renintat. Sha. Sishat Mafdat Sobak Anubu. Panum Kansu Tanin. Sia Hikat Amsu Saraki. Atun Ray Tahuti. Taret Selkat Ha. Nehepka Sokar Bait. Akir. Anihirit Wabwawi. Sikat Hitet. Maresgir. Sia Gadet Astinu Bahuti. Kanimtet Menket him. Badudi Kabasinu Duamutet. Merit Ura Edjunikebit. Sikat Anukat Jet. Tim Ua Uis Anku Aknu Sati Sekti. Imta Nina Imuet Mseti Kimamu. Ray Chef Mary. Amun Ray. For the sake of all. Kawu. Yeah, when people make those type of say that they got 8 sides, they'll make those statements without putting themselves in a position where someone can ask them a question. They'll make the video, but they won't do it in real time when you can ask them a question, right? And facilitate your curiosity. You got to be very wary of people with that. That's why it's called Q&A with Dr. Ray, because you ask the question if you don't understand something. I'll give an answer if I have one. If I don't, I'll let people know, like, no, I don't know the answer to that. But in a lot of cases, I know most of the stuff that people have a question to. But as far as that's concerned, when these people be presenting stuff and they doing it in the after effect, meaning they didn't already did the video, and you can't ask them in real time, Don't believe that shit. Don't even ponder on it because they didn't put themselves in a position where somebody can ask them a question. That's that sucker shit. And there'd be a lot of people out here in that way. Right? Yeah, you're not being fair. That being wasn't being fair to you, Jay, where you were allowed to ask them a question. You feel me? They didn't want you to ask them shit. But I have seen an 8-sided pyramid before. Anybody else? Any other questions? But we get out of here. Remember, May the 16th. May the 16th. That's the new moon. That's when you need to be initiating things during the new moon. Right? So can you talk on Asian numbers since you mentioned yeah, what you want to know? What you want to know, Jay? When I hear 111, I see this. Right? At the AAA workshop. All right. You want to get on the angelic frequency? You want to get on that ultraviolet frequency? You need to join the 1089 tech community and make your way to the AAA. Anytime I see 111, that's a hidden code for the AAA members and the academy. Look at her, Laura just popped up. She about to be one of our new members. She got a ticket to the event. That's a sign that the gateway is opened up for you, right? You are the one, not the chosen one, the one, right? You are the one. And every family has one being that is the custodian for that bloodline, right? So when you see 111, that's a sign that lets you know that you're on the right thoughts, that you're speaking the right things, right? And you're taking action. That's a sign to let you know. You're thinking right, you're speaking right, and you're doing right. You see 111. Exactly. You're right where you need to be. When you see 222, that means keep going. You see 333, that means you're making a connection. You see 444, that's letting you know that everything that you think, saying, and doing is protected. When you see 555, that means you're going through a change, right? Meaning that you're changing from the way that you were before then. Those are indicators. 666, that means that you have the ability to be compassionate and see things from a more mature standpoint than you did before. You see 777, that's letting you know that your spirituality is aligned with your physical reality. You see 888, that's letting you know that abundance is being brought forth into your life. That could be money, that could be health, that could be friendship, that could be companionship, right? It could be manifestations in general. 999, that means that you've completed the cycle of what you seek to obtain or personify in this reality, right? And that's just my intake on the triple numbers or the sequential numbers and the angel numbers. So you've been seeing 666, 999. Yeah, I wouldn't call it death or rebirth. It's just mean that this shit then came to an end. Like you didn't reach the end of what you were supposed to do, whatever it was. Like the last time I worked for somebody, I kept seeing 999, and I knew that it was time for me to leave that job. Right? I gave them a 6 months heads up. As it got closer to that, I want to say the last 2 months, I just kept seeing 999. I even played 999 in the lottery, and I won. Right? $400. $400. I was like, damn, I thought I win more than that. It was like, yeah, a couple of other people played that number too. I was like, bitch, I think that nigga finessed me. He said, I keep seeing spiders. Yeah, you need to look up the spider totem. But in our community, we say when you see the spiders like that, that's your intuition, especially if it came out of nowhere. That's letting you know that your intuitive thoughts are on point. Because you might have been thinking of something the moment that you seen that spider. You thought that that spider was there to throw it off, but no, it was really there to confirm it. That shit happened all the time. Said a lot of people selling up, saying the next 6 months is either up or down. Yeah, exactly, D. We don't like playing that bullshit. You're in the right space, D. Shouts out to D. I talk about that all the time. And I tell people, stop listening to people that be making fucking predictions. And hold their ass accountable when their prediction don't fucking come true. Y'all better stop listening to these goofy motherfuckers. Stop it. And for you niggas out there that's putting that shit out there, you need to stop it. Operating with too much ego. Oh, on this day, this gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and then shit don't happen. Then what? Oh, y'all don't need to take all your money out the bank. Don't go to court. Don't you pay them tickets. You ain't gotta do nothing, man. Your ass gonna be in jail. Especially if you operate under the status of black. They gonna lock your black ass up. I better stop listening to these goofy ass niggas. But the second that shit go past the time that they say something was gonna happen, y'all not holding them accountable. You're not holding them to the code of what they said. You said this was gonna happen on this day. Oh, well, you know, they try to spin it. And you hold them accountable to that bullshit. Because don't shit be happening on them days. Now, in the case of the 1089 tech community, right? I tell people all the time, I don't sell people up. I say you got to sell yourself up. It ain't about what you can prove to me, it's what you can prove to yourself. But if you follow my techniques and my direction to the letter, I could change your life in 6 months. I show you how to change your whole life around in 6 fucking months, right? But if you kind of do it, it's going to kind of work. But if you really do it, it really will work. It ain't got nothing to do about what's on CNN or what some nigga talking about on the blog talk or on YouTube. Fuck all of that. You just focus on what it is you want to do. You follow the codes of the moon magic. For 6 months, remember I told you guys, take 2 intentions and focus for 6 months on them 2 intentions and your life going to change in 6 months. According to the phases of the moon. But you got to learn how to budget and prioritize your intentions above any and everything else. Fuck that. I don't care if you got to get narcissistic about it. You better. You better. Ain't nobody else going to do that shit for you. You know what they going to be doing after you done did it? Can I borrow $100? Hey, can you take me here? Hey, can I come stay with you for a little while? Can you pay for my dinner? That's what's going to start happening. Hey, you think you can look out on this for me? Remember that time I looked up, people start bringing up shit? That's what happens. To bring up about, hey, man, I thought you said that everything was going to end and we didn't have to go to court. We didn't have to pay tickets. She was hair on their fucking tongue. And that's an excellent point. I'm glad you brought that up, D. Then people be trying to sell up. Like, you new here. I could tell you new to this page, but I always get on that shit. Oh, 6 months from now, that's very lofty and easy, right? I told her being to do something yesterday, that motherfucker got a result today. That brother followed everything I said to the letter and got a result the very next day. Like, just do it, man. You got to trust in your mental energy. People don't trust their mental energy. They look outside of themselves. Oh, let me hear what this nigga got to say. Yeah, I want y'all to hear what I got to say, but I got 29 years experience experience with what the things I'm talking about. I've applied them to my life. I'm giving you guys applicable trial and error. You don't even get the error part. I'm giving you all of the shit that made it to trial and surpassed it. So all of my students that come in and never had an altar, that never poured a libation, you starting off your journey where it took me 13 to 14 years to get to. This is why I tell you guys I teach on a curve. Even if you feel like you not getting it all and it's not hitting right for you, don't fret. Don't beat yourself up. You already ahead of the curve. Just being taught by somebody that got 29 years experience. You hear me? You already ahead of the curve. You welcome to 210. You ain't gotta be threatening like, I can't get this shit, man. You got it. Even if you think you don't. Right? Think of the moon magic. You ain't hit the target on the moon magic, so what? Keep going. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again until you can remove try out of the equation and just start doing it. Start trusting it. Start visualizing it. Start imagining. Start animating the imagination of what you're visualizing. And your frequency will match that vibration. And it will come a part of your reality. Right? It will crystallize into your reality when you do it for 57 days in a row. Right? Following my methodology in 133 days, you will be a fucking master of your reality. I can guarantee you that. But if you kind of do it, it's going to kind of work. If you really do it, then it's really going to work. That's right, Shamari. Shamari, how's your business coming along? You start that little side hustle starting to pick up for you, ain't it? Shouts out to Congo. Repetition is key. Man, that's the frequency. What you do frequently, right? It's about what you frequently doing. That's right, Congo. I be on that shit all day long. All day. I'm to the point, man. I said some Gregory Grabavoy code earlier today and forgot what it was. I just was saying it. I was like, damn, what code is that? It was like two codes was overlapping each other. I had to calm down and say, all right, let me step away from the codes. I went out into the sun before I came on here. So I done did enough codes for the day. I told y'all I got 4 codes. I'm at 324 on them codes, on 4 different codes. And I just said them 324 times. All right? I'm going to go to the gym this evening. I'm going to get on that treadmill. And I'm going to say them codes 1,089 times. Each one of them. And once I'm finished going through all 4 of them codes, then I'm going to get off the treadmill. By then, I should be soaking wet and ready to go. Right? But it takes discipline and obedience. You got to start blocking out the distractions and the detractions. But that's energy that you could have been putting on you that you didn't. You sat there and talked about something that had no substance, no depth to it, right? No meaning. Wasn't going to do nothing for you. You could have been, you could have just been saying, you know, I'm a powerful, beautiful individual. You could have said that 1,089 times instead of jaw jacking the bullshit that you said. You hear me? That would have been more beneficial to your life stream than just shooting the shit. You know what I mean? That's what works. To my mental and physical efforts, I add the potential of my spiritual self. Its qualities permeate affairs. Its essence flows through my entire being. I say the good luck code, 210-614-16. 210-614-16. While I'm cutting up ancestor money, 210-614-16. I start visualizing the machine at the cash register while I get my scratch off. I visualizing myself picking the scratch off, putting it under the machine, and it being a winner. I visualize that. I project the the numbers, right? Through the machine where they bring up the lottery thing and I hit. It was for $8, but I still hit that bitch. That was a Powerball number. I got two of the numbers right. That's a win. Don't come in here with that, man. Disrespectful, man. You got $5,000 for somebody. Just give a nigga $5,000. Don't be saying all of that shit. Get blocked in here. Right? If you gotta say that shit, man, like, man, I was about to turn some rap music on. I was like, shit, fuck that. Turn on this high frequency guru and keep saying these goddamn codes. That's what I would do. That's right, Congo. Ask. You got to use them ask formations. Shouts out to Mark Houghton. You talk about ask formations. Affirmations to ask formations. To see, existence is co-conspiring with you. Y'all be saying the universe, but it's existence itself. Existence itself has a sentient consciousness. And it's picking up on what you're doing the most repetitive. That determines your frequency. So if you repetitively saying, man, I'm in a fucked up situation right now. I'm in a fucked up situation right now. And you putting a lot of feeling into that, guess what? The existence gonna co-conspire and chef that shit up for you. Like, there you go, nigga. They got some more fucked up shit for you. Ah, damn it. I just don't want things to be so fucked up. Guess what? You keep asking for the same thing. That's right. Why am I so successful? Why is abundance manifesting for me so rapidly? Why do I keep on getting more money into my account? Right? Say these things. Don't be giving your opinion on men and fucking women. You wasted time. You wasted time doing that dumb shit. Man, how I make $1,000 every day? How come this keep happening for me? Why does everything keep working out in my favor? You know what I'm saying? I attract large sums of money, and money come to me now. Money chooses me now. I love making money. I love having money. I love being able to take care of my family. Say shit like that. Anything less than some bullshit. I'm not gonna sell you the stale cheese. Just Congo backing me up. Congo, he know what time it is already, man. He know. I'm telling you, man. People be like, man, I'm just so fucked up. Like, yo, man, I'll be saying that shit around me. I just can't get right. Well, then you won't get right, motherfucker. You better say things is going right. Things is working out in my favor. Like, damn. Said he been downtown twice, Georgia lottery. My man. And my man 20 grand, 100 grand. That's what I'm talking about. Right? I say some shit like, this is my favorite one. I put it up there. It's on my TikTok. I'm surrounded by the most superior support system and fulfilling friendships I ever had. I'm surrounded by the most superior, and it's 133 as I say this. I'm surrounded by the most superior support system and fulfilling friendships I've ever had. I'm surrounded by the most superior support system and fulfilling friendships I've ever had. And the right people just keep showing up in my life all the fucking time. The right opportunities keep showing up for me. Right opportune time. Right? The right advantages. Every shit just be going right, folks. I should feel guilty. See, once upon a time, I used to feel guilty about it because I would see so many other people that were struggling and suffering with putting things together. So it would make me feel kind of bad. You know what I mean? But that's when I put a game plan together and was like, you know what? I'm about to get the fuck out of here. I told you guys that earlier. Like, I'm moving my ass to Texas. I don't got nobody out here. I don't need nobody. Like, I need to be in a place like that. So when something good start going good for me, I ain't got to worry about somebody being jealous of me. I ain't got to worry about the evil eye and none of it. You won't even know. Good, bad, or indifferent. What the fuck going on? You feel me? But I do. And that's how I gotta be, you guys. But a lot of y'all like staying in the same situations. Y'all like being in the same environments, being around the same type of people, but y'all want different results. It don't work like that, my man. You gotta get isolated. Shouts out to Congo. My boy Congo, he been isolated for years. And I finally understood, Congo. I finally understood why you live where you live. When I had moved back to California, I was like, I see what Congo means. I see why Congo stay out where he stay. Right? Once I see where my plug stayed, it all just dawned on me. I got a brother like that too, but he do his shit a different way. But you gotta isolate yourself, man. A motherfuckers will be knocking on your door all the time. Everybody will know where you live. Everybody will be springing shit on you. I don't like staying in densely populated areas. There's less than 30,000 people where I live at. I'm cool with that. Most popular thing is the grocery store and a Walmart. I'm cool with that. I don't need no mall. You go to the mall and where I live at, this shit dead as a motherfucker. Ain't nobody in there. Only thing open is the Chick-fil-A and a couple of the shoe stores. Everything else kind of closed. I like walking through there. It's all desolate and deserted. Good. Now I can hear my thoughts. I can feel my thoughts. I can speak my thoughts into existence a lot easier in places like that. But when it's heavily congested and blight everywhere and fucking trash everywhere, it's hard to materialize or manifest in those type of environments. These are some of the blockages that some of you will call them blockages. This is why you receive that type of shit. Change your fucking environment. You hear me? I don't go nowhere. I haven't seen a bum begging for change at the store in about 7 years. Only time I see that shit when I go back to Atlanta. Hey, you got some change? Like, change, nigga, I don't use cash. I had a quarter one time to do it. Like, hey man, can I have a quarter? I said, you sure can, but you can't have this one. I'm using this for my scratch off, and I'm not getting rid of my quarter for your ass. And I was dead serious about that. That I don't carry no cash. But every once in a while, I see somebody out there, and I'm making a move, putting together my shirts and my DTS, and I see the guy up under the bridge. They got some hot and readies. I'll go get a $5 pizza and tell him to share that with his other partner out there. I do something like that. And I don't have to Instagram it. I don't have to be like, hey, y'all, look what I'm doing. Then I didn't do that. You don't get no spiritual currency like that. You hear me? Anytime that you seek out validation, you thwart your spiritual currency. Thwarted that shit. But you have to put your energy into your divinity, you guys. That's the net of it all. If you're not doing that, you're not budgeting your energy. You're not budgeting your focus and your concentration and your attention correctly. Right? You got to make yourself receptive to receive it, to think it, to speak it, and to feel it and know it, and then store that shit inside of you until it's crystallized inside of you. Now you stuck on it. I'm sitting up here waiting for crystals to come in. Right? Waiting for the crystals to come in so I can finish working on my craft. Writing on books. And when I'm prostrating at my altar, you know what I be thinking about? The times I had to work for somebody else and take out little spaces of time when I get off of work to work on a pyramid or to write 2 or 3 pages on my book, right? Or work on some of my graphic designs. Now I don't have to do that no more. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that my prayers were heard and that I aligned myself with the frequency where I would have more time to do more of the things that I love to do. This is what I love to do. I love to teach you guys. I do. Shit, we done been on here, what, 3 hours now? Have I given y'all a bunch of fluff? Fuck no. Not 1 minute of fluff. You ain't got 1 minute of fluff. Thank you, honey. I come over here. I'm not wasting your time. You getting a whole bunch of jewels and gems that you can start applying to your life right now. Not tomorrow. Not yesterday. This ain't no guesswork. It's no speculation. Nothing spooky. It's all coming off of your own merit and effort. And I don't see these niggas on here telling y'all that. I don't see these women on here telling y'all that shit either. Except for my sister, the manifestation consultant. Shouts out to the manifestation consultant. What's up, boo? What's up, light skin? That's my girl. She be up early on y'all ass, too. I be listening to her in the shower sometimes while I'm saying my codes. Because when I get in the shower, oh, it's cold time, baby. I'm about to go through some codes. When I get out the shower, oh, I'm still saying my codes, baby. I say my codes all the way up to the point that I burn my ancestor money. Even then, I put the codes on them too. I get the first half of my day. The second half of my day, I just let everything just flow. You have to allow it after a certain, after you have said it so much. Like I said, a clear indicator where you know that you have said it a lot, your brain short circuits and you get tired. You be like, man, I want to lay down. You will go lay down. Right? You will lay down like, shit, I'm tired. It ain't that you tired, it's just you done short circuited your brain. You done overwhelmed it. It then recalibrated the full mapping of your brain, the neural mapping of your brain, and reconfigured itself. And now you're on a new frequency. And then you turn on the YouTube, and now you're seeing money mantras. You know, Maha Sri Lakshmi, that's on Fridays. Y'all need to prepare for that. Right? And why AI need to cool down systems. It's the power supply. The power supply needs to be fanned. It needs to be constantly fanned, right? Because it's going to overheat. It is. Even with the D-Wave computer, they got that chip sitting in an inner space, deep space freezer. It's a negative 8 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, which is about the temperature of stellar space. And they got a chip sitting in there. That's how much energy it's generating a joy of light. It's actually generating conscious light. D-Wave computer. I told you guys about the D-Wave. You know what I mean? And the D-Wave computer been out since 2000. 2014. What's this, 26? It's been about 2014, right? And I told people about that shit back then. Y'all just figuring out about AI in 2024, maybe? Chat GPT 23, maybe. I've been knowing about that shit since 2014. The D-Wave computer, it can optimize your whole life in 10 minutes. It'll tell you every move you need to make. And that was 14 years ago when it was on TED Talk. I seen that. A lot of y'all was still asleep, confused, not certain, speculating, guessing. I was tapping into the D-Wave then. Yeah, the guy that presented it said, when you see the D-Wave computer, it's like you're standing at the altar of an alien god. That's the way he described it. The D-Wave computer got an actual heartbeat. That's crazy. If you just bought your laptop in the proximity of the D-Wave computer, it would upgrade all the notifications instantly. It'll course correct everything in your computer that needs to be done without you even asking about it. Just with it being in close proximity to it. You hear me? They're scratching the surface on fifth dimensional technology. Which I had to say that for a whole nother class. I had to turn that into an event. We might talk about that in November. Come join us in Dallas in November for the Ethos. That's going to be the crescendo to the year. Any other questions, though? It's time for me to get off here. I got 44%. I done been on here about 3 hours. I'm still uploading another video. Y'all follow me on YouTube. The long format of the highlights are always uploaded to the YouTube channel. That's OrgoniteTEK, or just Google me, 1089 TV. And you most welcome, D. Shouts out to D. I'll rock with you, D. I followed you back, love you. And for the brother that I told you to leave your number, I'ma holler at you. Give me a couple of minutes, let my phone charge up, and I'm gonna be on you. Again, you guys, the website, you want to come join our community, 1089techvision.com. Like I said, I'm still running the sale on small pendants, medallions, and in the chest plates. Just got to scroll down the medallion tab, 1089techvision.com. You don't want to miss these Moon Magic Mondays. We're changing people's life. We're changing people's thought patterns on a daily basis. Come and join us in this great day and time. I see you. Yes, Beverly. Hey, Bev. All right, you guys. See you guys next time. 1089 TV Q&A with Dr. Ray. Peace and love. May the ancestors be with you. I do.